Oh, I don't have my. Can't hear it. There we go. So happy Tuesday, everybody. I hope everybody's having a super great day. Um, so again, uh, this is what day is this now for the live networking? Anybody remind me? Was it day 5, 4? I know I missed Friday. Did we have 2 or 3 days last week? I'm trying to remember. But yeah. So just kind of wanted to jump on. We've had a bunch of people try to lie on their membership questionnaire. Had some people try to sneak in, and then had pending posts about being dispatchers, which we've done the surveys in the past several times. And you guys overwhelmingly vetoed letting them in, right? So, like I said, this is your guys' group. I just try to keep everything on the up and up, share information. Obviously, I want to network with as many of you as I possibly can. I want to see you be successful and grow, and I want to and build your network as I want to build mine. Yesterday, if you caught yesterday's show, I had literally caught 23 different double brokers, right? Today, there's been several. It's truly becoming a plague, right? And I talked to some of you carriers out there on a few of my spot loads that I had available outside of my regular, and had some very good discussions on, stuff that you guys are doing as carriers to sniff out double brokers and not get caught in that scam net or whatever you want to call it, right? I actually got tagged in a video the other day about big double brokering kind of a ring. It's like organized crime, right? And there's certain calls that you get as a broker, and it's almost like as soon as they open their mouth, you almost cringe, right? Like you could almost hear the double brokering in their voice, right? It's just prime example. Actually, I'm going to give you 2 from today. Obviously, using my Carrier OK account, FMCSA, like I'm using all of my stuff that's available to me to vet these carriers. One of the carriers that called me about a load, their address went to a Staples office supply store. Another one went to a Goodwill. Okay. And it was just sort of like on and on and on like that for like the last 2 days. Like I said, there was 23 that I caught yesterday. There was several more today. It's really truly gotten to be a plague on our industry. And it doesn't matter whether you're a broker or a carrier, it's hitting us both, right? So I have kind of 2 trains of thought on this. One is we really need to do our due diligence, obviously, right? It's up to you and I to kind of stop and combat that. For those of you just joining, hello. If you have any questions, anything you want to add, obviously the live chat is open. But it's up to us to combat it. However, my other kind of train of thought on this is if the FMCSA would vet all of these new MCs, because okay, there was a carrier, one of the carriers that tried to get a load. They had so many MCs, and every single one of them kept coming back bad. And then they were like, oh, okay, well, try this one. Try this one. Try this one. I mean, I'm like, how many MCs do you need? You know, how many, like what? I'm somehow not going to pick up on the simple fact that you bought up a bunch of MCs and this is your deal. Like they just weren't smart enough to figure that out. So I didn't even look them up. I just said, nope, sorry, that one's not any good. And they just kept throwing them at me. And I was collecting them, right? But if the FMCSA would do a little bit of a little bit of due diligence for these people that are applying for MCs, like I said, the one went to a Staples, the other one went to a Goodwill was the address. And there was a third one, it went to a law office. You know, I mean, there's no, and apparently they had assets. Where are they parking them? There was like 9 spots for, I don't know, a Yugo car. You know, do you guys remember Yugos? Those little cheap cars, right? A Volkswagen Bug, whatever, a Mini Cooper. That's about all the space there was for about 5 of those. Where are you going to park trucks? A box truck, you know, let alone a 53-foot, you know, step deck or flatbed, drive van, reefer, anything. Where are you going to park them? You got a separate shop somewhere? No, we're all right here. Or the other one that I love, they're not independent dispatchers, but when they call you, you can hear the call center in the background. And when you look them up, they've got 1 driver, 1 power unit, no miles, no inspections, no anything, right? But they've got probably 20 people in there that you can hear in the background all calling on loads. So why isn't the government, with all the problems that are going on in the industry, why are they not like helping us try to combat that? Because we have to have Carrier OK or Carrier 411. We have to use our RMIS or DAT onboard or My Carrier packets. Call the insurance company to make sure everything, like it could take you 30-40 minutes now to vet a carrier. So why is that expense and that time all being put on us when they could nip a majority of this in the bud? I'm not saying that we should just be able to pick any carrier off the load board, obviously, but I think that it would cut it down, right? A lot. I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on that? I mean, am I off the wall in that kind of thinking? Am I correct? No. You know, I just feel like there's more that can be done. You know, I mean, if the government can track down a single individual in the middle of nowhere by satellite, we can vet carriers before we let them take an MC. You know what I mean? Facebook user, thank you for your answer. I don't know why this thing does this, but I don't get to see names. So I do apologize. I see names on YouTube, but not through the Facebook. So I apologize that I'm not able to address you. But yeah, it just seems like they should be the first line of defense, right? Oh, yes, you've commented on other videos and stuff. How are you doing? I hope everything's going well. By the way, I think we spoke on the phone or through email. Sorry, I got all this double brokering on my mind. And I've talked to so many people over the phone and stuff. Getting some new customers or some pending new customers via email. Okay, yep, I thought so. Yep. But yeah, it just seems like they should be the first line of defense, and then, you know what I mean? We can back clean up on that because it's hurting the industry, whether it lost revenue due to double brokering, right? And so many of them are operating from overseas. I think that to combat this, and with the way that, I mean, otherwise the trucking industry is going to turn into like Venezuela, right? Everything's going to be worth nothing. Nothing against anybody from Venezuela. Their government, maybe. but nothing against anybody from Venezuela, so don't get me wrong. Uh, you know, um, but it just, I don't know, maybe that was a poor analogy, but you know what I'm saying? Like the government went bankrupt and everything, and their money was just floating through the streets. It was worthless, I guess, was kind of to my point. But I love this industry. I love all the people that I meet and talk to and network with, and I'm able to like you, for instance, you know, through email or over the phone. You know what I mean? And some of you that I've talked to over the phone, we've done some live cold calling together, and you know, you got that first customer over the phone. You know, maybe sometimes we're able to land it right there on that call, or you know, yes, send me over your information. I'll look it over, and you know, went from, you know, struggling for months to now we've got some success, right? You know, all they had to do is do their follow-ups at that point or something. You know, I love this industry. I truly, truly do. And I hate to see what it's becoming. You know, and you'd be surprised the number of carriers that when I get an opportunity to talk to them, typically they're owner operators, right? It's very rarely that it's a dispatcher, but sometimes it is. You know, about what's going on, and you know, what are they seeing? What kind of barriers are they running into? You know, we're talking about the cost of insurance. I just saw somebody was paying, what was it, $7,500. Now their insurance went up to $14,000 as an owner op for insurance. They had, you know, they got a perfect record. You know, nothing. You know, it's kind of like getting your cable bill or something. You know, well, we've got this miscellaneous charge, we've got a just because charge, and well, just because we want some more money charge. You know what I mean? It's that's kind of like how the insurance companies are. I think that the insurance companies, for you carriers, needs to be something needs to be done about that, because you guys are paying way too much in insurance, regardless of whether you have a perfect record or not. And I think it's garbage. If you're a carrier with a good record, no accidents, no tickets, you know what I mean? You've had your inspection, you everything's flying colors. Why is your insurance going up? Why? Why is nothing being done about that? We maybe can't control the fuel costs, but by God, I think we should be able to control the insurance or get that regulated. I don't know, maybe call me crazy, you know. I'm also thinking that maybe surety bonds should be increased, because if you remember, it was what, $10,000 originally, then it went to 25, now it's 75. Do you know how? Okay, for these people that are out there, these scumbag, low life, slimy weasel slugs that are out there double brokering, okay, on a $75,000 surety bond. Do you realize how quickly that gets eaten up? It's gone in a heartbeat, right? So going back to one of my most recent examples, that husband and wife team that got caught up in double brokering, and they didn't know how to file. They didn't know where to find out who the surety bond company was, which I think was a bogus surety bond company, by the way, out of Florida, which I'm gonna go back and see if I could pull that information if I still have it, and I'm gonna blast that out there, because I don't want anybody else getting caught up in that. There's also, if you remember when I had Tom on from Operify, there's some less than legit factoring companies out there as well. Okay, so all of this needs to be exposed. If we're going to fix the industry, all of this needs to be done. But that surety bond of $75,000, if they're at the minimum, now there are some brokers out there, you know, they've got 100,000, 150, 250, you know, they bump that up on their own. They didn't have to do just the minimum, right? And that's to be commended. But they're also much larger brokerages, right? And so I kind of feel like they should. Maybe for the guy starting up 75, you know what I mean? But based on maybe okay, here's an idea. This just kind of came to me. Maybe based on revenue, that can be increased, from 75 to 100. You know what I mean? Obviously, we got to have a ceiling on that, right? But if you're growing and you're successful as a freight broker, right, and you're moving a lot of freight, you started off on your own, and now you've got 10 agents, and you've got an accounting team and this and that. Like, you're building. There's no reason why that surety bond shouldn't go up. Because if you falter, like I said, that 75K is, it's gone in a heartbeat. And if you're booking an average of 10 loads a day, Monday through Friday, that's, 50 loads a week, 4 weeks in a month, right? That's 200 loads. That it's gone. It's gone. And if it takes 2, 3, 4 months for that to get caught up before, you're like done, and then, everybody starts filing, there's going to be a lot of carriers out, right? Just my thoughts, call me crazy. But, like I said, yesterday there was that one carrier, they had 41 MCs listed at the same address. How is that? That makes my brain hurt. Seriously. I kind of almost want to do a moment, But to have everything put on us as brokers and carriers, I just feel like the government should step in as the first line of defense on this. If you guys have anything you want to add to that, let me know. Otherwise, we'll move on to live networking. I see some numbers popping off there. But do you guys need anything? Anything that I can help you with? Again, don't forget to shoot me an email if you need me. I'll throw my email back up there. You guys feel free to email me. Again, I do keep it monitored on the regular. I probably won't be checking it at 3 o'clock in the morning, but I do check it if you're a night owl and you email me. Rest assured, I will get with you in the morning. But does anybody have anything they'd like to share? Any news? And listen, in regards to the double brokering, right? And I've put this out there. I've shared. Okay, insurance company recommendations for brokers. You need insurance? Get with me. I actually have somebody that I can refer you to. That's something that I'm trying to get updated on the website. But again, I run out of hours in the day, right? And again, I'm not very techy, so for me to do that on the website, it takes me a little bit of time. But I promise I'll get it up there. But email me or reply to one of our previous emails there, and I will send you over some information. I've got somebody for you. They're awesome, right? So yeah, I'll get that over to you. But where was I? I forgot where I was at now. Okay. Yep. Hey, not a problem. That's what we're here for, right? To help each other out, provide resources, network, right? So, but yeah, did anybody get a new customer? Oh, I remember where I was at before that. So if you guys come across, and I hope I'm not asking too much, and you guys can remain anonymous. You can email the information to me. If you catch a double broker and you want me to expose them here on the channel, again, you can remain anonymous. I will do that. I will pull that up. I'll pull up all their information on Carrier OK and everything, because other people need to know, right? Just because we catch them doesn't mean that 2 or 3 phone calls later somebody else won't. So if you're a carrier or a broker out there that caught someone double brokering, scamming, or if you hear about a new scam that's hitting the industry, because it seems like every time we combat one thing, they sort of blend it and renew it, and it comes out something else, or they come up with some brand new thing, some new way of scamming the industry, right? And then we all end up paying for it. It's costing us business. It's putting carriers out of business, brokers out of business. It's costing customers. It's costing customer relationships, So if the government's not going to do it, then by God, we will. So again, if you have anything like that, or any industry news that you want to share with me, and you prefer to remain anonymous, whether it's video, an article, anything like that, I try to keep up on that as much as I possibly can. Again, not enough times in a day. I'm working with a lot of different people, not just carriers, but I'm talking to customers, I'm networking, I'm answering emails, phone calls. It's oftentimes I don't quit till 10 o'clock at night, midnight, right now. So yeah. But anything you'd like to share? Does anybody have a load that they're working on, or they got some project freight maybe that they want to network with carriers out of the group or something? Or hey, I got my first customer. That's a cause for celebration, right? We all started off somewhere. I did. Like I said, I was scared to death to get my first customer. I truly was. But I got a little help, help point me in the right direction on things. And it just sort of snowballed after that. Oh, I've talked so much today. My throat's about raw. Should probably be drinking something besides soda, right? But yeah, and don't forget to share this out to your friends, your family, anybody else that's in the industry. If you think that they might benefit from this, right? I don't want you to spam them, right? But yeah, have them, join the group. Make sure you tell them that they need to fill out all the questions in the membership, right? Because otherwise, it's for protection for the rest of the group, because I don't know who you're, who's who inviting or anything like that. Or send them the link, invite them directly, send them over to the YouTube channel, right? Let's grow this thing. I do have some more freight that I'm going to probably be sharing out to the group. Bear with me one moment and I will pull that up. So here's my contribution to the live networking. If you are a dry van carrier in the group or watching the channel right now out of California, I have a load. It's actually a drop trailer load. They're asking to drop the van off on the 23rd, right? So we've got about 8 days in Goleta, California, and then pick up on the 25th and deliver to, see, I'm getting tongue tied. I've talked too much today. Deliver to Westminster, Colorado, which is a suburb of Denver. So if that's your lane and you do drop trailer, hey, hit me up. Shoot me an email, comment, tag me if it's on Facebook, comment on on YouTube if you're watching from YouTube, and I promise I will get with you. Okay. It'll be about 35,000 pounds will be the weight on it. One pick, one drop. They just, like I said, they need 2 days for the drop trailer. The other load is a partial. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of California carriers. I don't know why that is. It's kind of running down, and maybe I'm not digging hard enough through my network. And if I'm not, I apologize. I've got out of Richmond, California. That one is also going to Westminster, Colorado, again, a suburb of Denver right there. 8 pallets, 4,000 pounds. Pickup date on the 18th. Okay, so that's my networking. I'm looking to network with either a full load carrier that does partials out of California and runs that lane to Colorado, and also drop trailer out of California to Colorado. So hit me up, let me know. And I've got some more stuff, guys. I don't have it sorted out yet. Okay. If you're a flatbed carrier, hit me up. I have a bunch of flatbed freight. Looks like I'm probably going to have some more dry van freight here in the near future. That was almost kind of unexpected. So if you're a dry van carrier, reach out to me, email me. And as soon as I have more details on that, I will be more than happy to share that with you. And if we can work it out where the rate's good for you, me, and the shipper, hey, more power to us, right? I don't like to move cheap stuff. I want everybody happy. Sometimes it's a little harder than some days. In fact, I had a carrier, just a quick story here. I had a carrier that he parked one night while he was in transit for the load, left to go get something to eat, came back, and somebody had taken his parking spot. So he told me that he ended up having to park on the side of the road, and it was Moa's fault. If you guys can make sense out of that, I'd love to hear about it, but I didn't know anything about it until yesterday, right? That happened to him. But again, somehow my fault that some other driver took his parking spot. I guess I didn't reserve the parking spot. He didn't ask me to. I offered. I don't know. But yep, I got an earful over that one. So I guess regardless of what goes on in the industry, blame Tim. Maybe that'll be like the running joke for everybody. Something would happen. That damn Tim screwed it all up. I'll bear the brunt of it for you. You can blame it on me. I don't care. But anybody got anything else they want to share? I'm looking forward to those emails, guys. And again, if you have my phone number already, feel free to reach out to me. I am going to grab a little bit of dinner after this real quick. Yeah, otherwise, I guess we'll kind of wrap it up. Again, if you're a carrier looking for some more resources, thetruckersresource.com. And I don't have it pulled up. I can pull it up. FreightBrokerResources.com. Okay, so if you guys need anything on there, again, the free classified section, all you have to do is register. It's 100% free. If you're a driver, owner, operator looking for accessorial agreement, right? We talked about the importance of this. Get out of there. We talked about the importance of that. It's free, right? And if you're a broker watching this and you've got a buddy that is an owner op or a fleet owner, and they're tired of signing agreements with brokers that don't have anything in there in regards to detention or layover or any of the accessorials, this is a free download that a buddy of mine and I came up with. You can add your company logo. It's completely editable, right? PDF. Grab it, throw your information on there. And before you sign that agreement with a broker, if they don't have a section in there on accessorials, and detention, labor policies and stuff, ask them to sign that first. Okay? Protect yourselves. I'm so sick of seeing posts come through my news feed from other groups, because I belong to other groups as well. Sometimes just, I don't know, for the comicalness of it and whatever. And there's some other great groups. We're not the only good group. Rates and Lanes, Kenny Long over there. He's got a really great group, for instance. And again, if you guys need anything else, get a hold of Shaggy. Shaggy's a machine. He's a beast. Okay? So check Shaggy's page out on Facebook there. Guy's an absolute animal, right? You can tell him I said that. But no, super great guy. Tons of information. The guy, I mean, he's like a trucking thesaurus, I guess, you know. So definitely check him out. But yeah, share that out. You know, if you're looking, obviously, trucking school, there's other industry news and things, right? Tons of articles there for you guys to read if you're, you know, into that. So just as a quick little reminder. So, whoa. Something fell. I don't know what that was. I guess I'll find out in a minute. But I guess with that, I will sign off. I'll catch you all tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Same bat time, same bat place. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye now.